Hello everyone and welcome to our weather update on August 3rd, 2024. So today we saw quite a cloudy day with some showers, especially over parts of the northern half of the country. And tonight we will see a warm front push in. This brings patchy rain, some heavier bursts at times, especially in the north. And again, the rain should be mostly confined to more northern regions like Ulster, Connacht and North Leinster. Now, into Sunday morning, we're into a very warm, humid, moist air mass. So it's basically a warm sector by Sunday. So what we're seeing is a cloudy day in many areas of the country. The only chance of some bright spells will be in the far southeast, but even those will be very much limited. And in through Connacht and Ulster through the afternoon, we'll see heavy rain piling in from the Atlantic Ocean. Now, through Sunday evening, this range gradually sort of transitions southeastwards of the country, but only very gradually. But really a deluge for the north and northwest for a good while on Sunday afternoon, evening and night. There's a warning issued for counties between Clare and Donegal, so that is a yellow warning for rainfall. So moving into Monday even, we see again torrential bursts of rain pushing in from the southwest into Connacht and West Ulster. Some of these could have storms in there as well, some lightning in there. And through Monday, we see a cold front pushing eastwards. Again, torrential rain in parts of the west, northwest there. And through Monday, the cold front moves eastwards. Now, bear in mind the ECM. I'm getting all mixed up today. Bear in mind the UKV has this cold front weaker than many other charts have it. Many other charts show a band of heavy, thundery, active rain moving eastwards through Monday afternoon, with a lot of rain, big downpours around. So bear in mind that the UKV is a bit toned down. So moving into Monday evening then, the rain clears away from the east. And into Tuesday, again Tuesday is a day of showers and sunshine, and into Wednesday. Wednesday starts cloudier with a few showers, and by afternoon it's quite dry. Before by evening, again, this next area of patchy rain comes in from the west as the next area of Atlantic rain. So looking at our temperature forecast, so today is a lot cooler and fresher than recent days, with highs around say 14 to 17. Tonight we'll see lows of around 12 to 14. So quite a mild night. And tomorrow temperatures will rise from the south. So highs by 3 p.m. are 15 in Ulster, but elsewhere 15 to 18 Celsius as the warm air mass comes in from the southwest. Now Sunday night will be a very mild, muggy night. 3 a.m. temperatures of around 17 to 18 Celsius, so a very warm and humid night there. And actually, towards morning, we see an area of 18 Celsius, or possibly higher than that, forming in North Munster and Connacht there. So a very mild, muggy night Monday morning. Going into Monday, we see a sharp temperature drop along that cold front through the day. East of it, say in Leinster, South Munster and East Ulster, highs of 18 to 21, elsewhere down to the mid to high teens. Now the cooler air does come through for Tuesday, so lows on Tuesday morning of 8 to 12 or 13 Celsius, and into the afternoon we see highs getting up to around 17 to 19 or 20 Celsius in parts of the east. Into Wednesday morning, quite a mild start in the low teens, before highs of around say 14 to 21, quite warm there in the southeast. Into Thursday, we see highs of around 13 to 15. Lows of 13 to 15. It's been, once again, Saturday. It's Saturday. I've had a long day out, so please do forgive me. I'm rustier than usual. And into Thursday afternoon, we see highs of 18 to 22. Quite a warm day for south there. So here is the NAO index observed and forecasted. So we're currently negative on the NAO. Hence all this low pressure and cool westerly winds. And then through into the end of the week, though, we do see a trend towards a more positive NAO that is that comes as the Azores high tries to ridge in a bit. So getting a bit dry, especially in the south, but still westerly with patchy rain, especially in the north. So here is the GFS 12Z. So GFS 12Z, once again, today was a showery day in the north. Then tomorrow it was the blustery southwesterly winds picking up, followed by heavy rain, especially again through the west and northwest. Torrential rain coming in there, and that rain will move eastwards on the cold front on Monday, so all areas getting hit by it on Monday. And then that clears through and opens the door to this cooler, fresher westerly wind through Tuesday, Wednesday. Another milder, more humid push on Thursday. Again, now towards the end of the week, we see a more of an influence in a way from the Azores high. Pressure is rising, but it's not enough to keep the westerlies at bay. So really it's westerly all week, but a bit warmer towards the end of the week. And then into the weekend, where we see increasingly deep lows forming over the country, and that just goes us into a spell of very unsettled weather and cool weather as well. The jet stream is to our south, so that will be a very cool and wet mid-August period here. We keep going, it stays that way. But at the very end of the GFS, by Monday, August 19th, it was ages away, we see an area of high pressure building through our south. But even if that does come off, which it won't, it's so long away, this westerly will just come right back in and replace it. So here is the ECM. The ECM's like this. So again, tomorrow up come those very mild, moisterly and southwesterly winds. Then the cold front comes through on Monday. Uncertainty about how strong that is, but guaranteed if you're in the west and northwest, you have about 18 hours of constant bursts of torrential rain. I say torrential, especially towards like Monday morning as the cold front comes in, but I think really through Sunday evening and night is more like heavy, usual sort of frontal rain. But if I just pause at the upper temperatures on this thing, you can see a very sharp boundary. So you have the we always have the plus 15 Celsius isotherm over Ireland, and you've got the plus 5 isotherm literally a bit off the coast of Connacht there. So you've got a very sharp gradient temperature, so that cold front has the potential to be very active on Monday. I wouldn't be surprised if there'd be some storms on that, like some actual storms embedded in there. There were some storms in the west on Friday morning as that cold front came through yesterday. Going into next week then, we go into a much cooler, fresher westerly. We keep going, and again westerly winds prevail. Again, towards the end of the week, the Azores high tries to edge northwards, but to no avail. It stays westerly. It might dry up for a bit though, and then what happens? And then just deep low sort of forms and moves in, and that looks like an ex-tropical system there. Here's the GEM. Again, GEM tomorrow goes very mild, warm, but very windy. Then in comes this active cold front on Monday. Once again, very wet for the west and northwest throughout Sunday evening into Monday. The next week, GEM is a bit more bullish with the higher pressure. So by next Friday, it's just to our south. We're just a bit too far north to really get the influence there. We're westerly still, basically, next Friday. But then over the weekend, we see a little ridge forming. So I think Saturday, if this is correct, will be a nice day, although I doubt it. And then it goes really quite warm actually into Sunday as the ridge goes to our east, and we pull up the wind from a southeast direction. So this is something new. We go into a hot spell, well I say hot compared to what we've had so far this summer, into mid-August here. So let's look at that with the upper temperatures. So here is Saturday. Once again, we're still westerly then, with something quite cooler. Then into Sunday. Well, Sunday, we see the ridge setting to our east, and here we go. Warm air starts moving in. We see the plus 10 Celsius isotherm moving in through Sunday evening. Then into Monday, the plus 15 Celsius isotherm comes in. And actually, in the UK, we see the plus 20 Celsius isotherm. Actually, that would be a proper heat spike there. That would be really quite a hot air mass though, actually. I say hot, I mean hot for real. That is a hot air mass. We see the plus 15 Celsius ISM coming in, all the way up to the border of Northern Ireland there. Actually, beyond that by next Tuesday. So that would be a hot, that would be a heat spike if it comes off. But obviously, it's the only chart that it could be an outlier. We'll check the ensembles later on. So here is the UK Met Office run. So once again, in comes this very wet air mass through Sunday to Monday, deluge conditions, especially in those northern and western counties. Now next week, it stays westerly, a bit warmer towards the end of the week. Not really much, just I think it'll stay westerly. Here's the icon. Icon once again is it's a deluge through tomorrow night. Going to next week, once again, it's westerly. In fact, the icon should be the most unsettled out of all these runs, as it often is actually recently. And then by next Sunday, we'll have this extremely deep below. That'll be an X system there. And this is here's the arpege. Once again, tomorrow, blustery southwesterly winds picking up. Deluge forming in northwest. That moves eastwards on Monday. Just to compare, once again, here we go. Here's the arpege looking at the rainfall. You can see that cold front looks active on the arpege with those deep colours of blue coming through there on Monday. So yeah, there is uncertainty about how intense that cold front will be. But just show you a model that has it really quite intense. And then into Wednesday, Thursday, westerly winds, but quite a warm wind direction, but quite wet as well. Let's look at the precipitation run. Yeah, it's quite a bit of rain with that westerly wind. Upper temperatures are warm. So looking at the GFS ensemble members then. So diagrams, GFS, looking at the global ensembles, look at Dublin for everyone's sake. Okay, so once again, let's look at the upper temperature. Actually, you know what? I'll just keep to this graph for now because it's quite interesting actually. Okay, so as you know, each line shows each GFS ensemble member, and basically you have the temperature at 850 HPA, which is about 1,500 meters in altitude on the y-axis, and you have the dates on the x-axis like this. So you can see the red line is the average line, the mean. The white line is the ensemble mean, and each line is a different run, put it that way. Now, through Sunday and Monday, we'll have a big spike, showing that warm stacks are coming in with a lot of rain. Then through towards Tuesday, Wednesday, we see a drop. As we see that cold front coming through, we see cooler winds behind that. Then we see a rise to temperature. Now, the ensemble mean stays around average to a bit above average between about 10th to 14th of August. In that, we have some ensemble members going really quite warm into that period again, up to about 14 Celsius, while others stay quite cool, around 5 Celsius. And we have, in the longer range beyond mid-August, it looks a bit cooler. Now, if we compare that with the midnight ensemble members, you can see that the average line between August 10th and 14th, the white line was below the red line, and there were only a few ensembles going for a warmer spell. Then the 6Z run, a few more ensemble members going for a warmer spell, and then the 12Zs, even more going warmer, and the average line has moved above the ensemble mean. So maybe the models, I don't know, maybe they're showing something. We keep an eye on this. The GEM is interesting. Actually, we will quickly look at the GFS, the GEM ensemble members. Yeah. The see that thick green line right here. That is a GEM run we just look at, and that skyrockets in mid-August. But there are a couple of ensembles that go that way as well. It's just a little thing to look at the minute. Nothing to get really hopeful about, but it's something there. It's interesting. I think some ensembles are starting to show that sort of pattern. Everyone, thanks for watching, but obviously See you tomorrow. Bye for now.